Hello everybody and welcome back to another Let's Buy a Chateau. Today we are going to take a tour of a chateau that is very unique and really not terribly expensive when you look at the cost of chateau in France. This one is pretty special and we're going to take a tour room by room and talk about some of the costs that go along with a chateau like this. So as you see here, this one is under $1 million. Yeah, under, and by quite a bit. This one is actually listed at, when you convert it to US, approximately $815,000 for that chateau. It is really unique, isn't it? You don't see many like this. We're going to take a look at the location now. So let's switch over to the map. You see here the entire map of France. Not the heart, but that red location, that is the town. And we're going to zoom in on it so that you can see. The chateau is near the town of Segré-en-Anjou-Bleu. That's the name of it. And that is located approximately 22 miles from Angers. That's what you see right there. So that gives you kind of an idea of where the location is. It's a great spot if you've been in that area. It's really beautiful. So without further ado, let's take a look at this chateau. And as we were saying, it's very unique in how it looks. It reminds me a lot more of Normandy and how some of those buildings look there. It has unique architecture, not very Cinderella chateau-y like Loire Valley places, but it's really adorable in its own way. And the stone work around the windows, it looked like it's stone carved. And that slate tile roof, can't go wrong there. And now we're going to look inside. So here we are in the dining room. We've got these wide plank wood floors. You've got this chunky wood carved dining table and those chairs, and it all matches this chunky carved, very delicately though, fireplace. Just the mantle, the surround, everything is really unique. And just a peek here in this photo of that very classic French painted ceiling with the beams. We'll see more pictures of those beams as we go along, but really a beautiful, beautiful piece. So here's another room that you can see, and really just barely a peek of the ceiling where you see the painted beams. Moving down, that fireplace is again very ornate, very grand, very much a focal point of the room. And those wide plank wood floors once again, and just really historically decorated. This isn't meant to be a modern interpretation. This is meant to look as it was. I have a lot of respect for that. So it's beautiful in its own way without being super modern. Moving on, here's another view of that room. You can really see that gorgeous fireplace from here. Really, really unique. And those big windows looking out over the yard. Pretty cool space. Okay, we'll move on to another room. Here's the kitchen. Now, sometimes we look at these renovated chateaux, we see very modern kitchens. This one is not that. Of course, it's updated. We know that. But it still has that old feel to it. And I think that's pretty neat. From the cooker over there, the one right next to it, it looks like maybe there's a couple, or maybe that's a sink. I wish we had more pictures of the kitchen, but we just don't. We've got that stone floor. Look at those huge slabs of like the tiles or the stones laid. Might be a little cold on the feet. I would probably throw down a rug or two to keep myself warm, but it's definitely beautiful and makes you feel like you're in an old place, because you certainly are. Here's one of the bedrooms. Now there are 7 bedrooms in all. 5 of them are located in turrets. So there's something fun and fancy about something like that. But again, that historic feel carries through to the rooms where it's just very tastefully done. All right, here's another room. And there are a couple of bathrooms in this house. This, I believe, is a peek into one of them. You can kind of just see the double vanity through those doors that are open. Just those beautiful windows and the shutters on the interior. Those are great to close it up and protect it. More beautiful space. Okay, now something unique about this chateau. There is an independent 1-bedroom apartment on the top floor in the attic space. And this is a look at that. This one's a lot more modern. And this could be rented out, I would assume, because it's got a separate entrance, or you have family or friends coming to stay. This is a great place for them to live, or at least have a nice holiday with you. So yeah, a very modern, updated spaces in some parts of this chateau. So it's very unique. It's quite a mix of old and new. And when you look outside of the grounds, in all, this is 1.5 acres when you convert it to US measurements, approximately 1.5 acres. There is also a stable, there is a chapel, and lots of room to roam. Now, I did tell you that we would be talking about some of the costs. So they don't always talk about on some of these listings the energy costs, but we all know that they're expensive to heat and cool and operate with electricity and all of that. So the owners of this property have said their energy costs vary, but on average, you can expect to pay anywhere between $6,419 or $8,700 on energy costs for a year. So start to break down what you pay currently for your electric, for your heat, for your gas. How does that all add up compared to this chateau, which is in all approximately 4,300 square feet for the interior living space? And the property taxes. This is the one that gets me the most. 1.5 acres approximately. You've got this beautiful 4,300 square foot chateau and chapel and stable, and the property taxes annually when you convert to US dollars is approximately $994. Not even $1,000 for property taxes. How about that? I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the energy costs, and how does that compare to what you currently pay and the property taxes? Did that blow your mind like it did mine? Because I am about 1/3 of the size on my house in a city, and I pay 7 times, almost 8 times that much. So something to think about. I will list the listing information in the description box below, but as you can see, watermarked on a lot of these photos, Espaces, Atypiques is the real estate agency representing this property. I will include that information down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love it if you gave me a thumbs up, a subscribe, and we'll see you for another chateau tour next time.